and they're not able to find the path that how to find out the global job opportunities to fulfill their dreams.
Most of the job when I used to search everywhere, it was mentioned like German, 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 and that too, it was like C2 minimum B2 or something they were looking for. So that was one of the challenging thing.
And do you remember your first moment when you were in Germany that yes, now I'm in Germany, this is for real? What was that feeling?
When I moved, it was a winter, and obviously, coming from India and enjoying your first snowfall was something which was I was just it was like a dream earlier.
Because there are a lot of self-doubt that part of us that we are not able to share with anyone, not even with our spouse or our family, but we are always a constant talk is going on in our head. Do I have the right skill set? Am I the right person? Would I be able to get a job?
So initially, I thought that maybe I'll do some study first and then I'll start applying job. But then I came to know for each job description, the requirements are different. So you can't keep on. You won't be like 100% successful to apply for any job.
So, Amruta, a very warm welcome to this special podcast. And today we have Amruta with us. She is a data engineer currently in Germany. And we will talk about her real journey, how doubts before Germany, and job search, resume changes, interview, visa sponsorship, work culture, and what life really looks like after moving to Germany or abroad. Okay, from your lens, we would be looking at it. And this episode is for every Indian IT professional who is thinking, can I also build my career outside India or in Germany? Okay, so on that note, a very warm welcome to you, Amrita, to this special podcast. How are you feeling, first of all?
Yeah, very much excited.
Okay,
So long I was just listening to other success story, but today I'm happy to share my story.
amazing. And you would get many more opportunities to share your stories. And we would also invite you to our internal forums where
Okay.
all of the AH family members are there. You would also be invited because what you have achieved is incredible. And we really want you to get all the respect for your hard work and love from each and every AH family member. Okay?
Yep. Thank
Good.
you so much.
Yeah. So on that note, Amruta, when people see you now in Germany, they may feel your journey was smooth. But what is that one part of your journey that people cannot see from your LinkedIn?
Okay. So actually, I have moved based on my dependent visa. So that was one reason, like, I have to quit my job and I have to join my spouse in Germany. So that was the reason I have moved here. But initially, I thought that it would not be that difficult finding a job in Germany when I was looking from India. But after coming here, looking at the language, mostly it was a big constraint. Most of the job when I used to search everywhere, it was mentioned like German, 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 and that too, it was like C2 minimum B2 or something they were looking for. So that was one of the challenging thing. So slowly, like once I have joined AIH, like you have told a lot of time that you just have to apply for the job where they have strictly mentioned not mention about any local language. So after that, I have just started applying for the jobs where it has just mentioned like they are looking for English proficiency, or there is no language specifically mentioned. So that has helped me.
Okay, that is great. And do you remember your first moment when you were in Germany that yes, now I'm in Germany, this is for real? What was that feeling?
Yeah, so when I moved, it was a winter, and obviously, coming from India and enjoying your first snowfall was something which was I was just it was like a dream earlier, going in a country where you'll enjoy the snowfall and then enjoying that. It was really a achievement kind of thing
Yeah,
once you're
first
living that.
first snowfall is always special. I also
Yes.
remember when I moved to Sweden, one fine morning I got up, it was November last week or something. So in the night there was nothing. In the morning when I got up, I went out to the balcony and I see it was all white. That was the
Right,
first
right.
time that was the first
Exactly.
time I have seen snow in my life too.
Yes, at that time, like I used to just check, like I was eagerly waiting to see that movement. I used to check the weather forecast, when will be the snowfall, and I used to wake up in middle of night just to capture those movements.
So, Amrita, did you feel at any point of your journey that yes, do I have the right skill set to find a job, and would I be able to get a job? Because there are a lot of self-doubt that part of us that we are not able to share with anyone, not even with our spouse or our family, but we are always a constant talk is going on in our head. Do I have the right skill set? Am I the right person? Would I be able to get a job? Talk about it. How you were able to overcome it from that moment to scoring a job or getting a job?
Everyone is going through that case. They have this self doubting. So even when I started looking for a job, I was not sure like if I'll be able to achieve that or not. So initially I thought that maybe I'll do some study first and then I'll start applying job. But then I came to know like for each job description the requirements are different. So you can't keep on you won't be like 100% successful to apply for any job. So after that, like I thought like okay, I'll go with the flow, I'll start applying, and then what the company is looking for, I'll try to learn those things and adapt as per their requirement.
That's true. And when you were back home in India, and sometime you might see some movie or clip that okay, this is how Germany look like. Do you have it in back of your mind that yes, this could be my realistic goal or my dream country? How do you feel? What was your feeling associated with Germany when you were back home in India?
Yeah, mostly like I have seen not mostly with the clips, but my spouse, he was already here. So when he used to share all those natural clips and all the highways over here and all that sceneries, so I was very excited when I'll be joining and I'll can experience those things.
That's true. And before moving to Germany, can you compare what was your life and career it was, and what has changed from the learning side, from what you are able to experience for the new role? So, what has changed?
So, from the role perspective, the role which I have got the offer is completely new kind of thing. So earlier I was having experience with data bricks mostly, and then as I was ideal, like I was looking for jobs. So slowly I started learning ADF data factory. Side by side along with applying for jobs and all, so that has helped me to crack this interview.
Okay.
So they have mentioned like in the job description also it was mentioned they are looking for someone who is having experience with Azure Synapse, but I haven't worked on Synapse yet, but I have those skills like which they are looking for, like Azure Data Factory, Databricks, so including that, so they thought I can achieve.
And did you worry about the language part or whether, or as people say, loneliness or job security moving here could be one of the challenge? Did you think about any of these things?
Like my case was different. I have moved on the dependent visa, but if someone is moving from India to Germany, like they should not quit the job and immediately move. Once they have an offer, they can safely move to the other countries.
Yeah, that's true. And if you talk about your domain, so as a data engineer, were you happy with your growth, what you were getting in India? Or did you feel at any point that no, no, you need a bigger platform or you might need to add more skill set to your domain?
I was working on Azure cloud, so it was good thing which was like having a good demand in the market. So that was one thing. But initially, as I said, like I was having experience only with the data bricks. So being an end-to-end developer, there was something missing in my side as well. So I thought I should add those things which will add a value in my next role. So
Okay.
I accordingly I started learning and adapting those new skills.
Okay. And what was your turning point? Because I'm sure you must have been applying for the jobs, even with the method, and then you were failing, rejections, and those kind of things must be having. So once you were doing this, how you were holding yourself? No, no, I have to crack this. I have to get this offer. I can do it. It is in me. It will happen one day. And you kept on going until you reached this offer. Run me through that phase. How did you How did you manage emotionally and mentally and kept the pace going until you reached to the offer letter stage?
Yeah, so it was not that easy because initially when I started, I started somewhere in Jan around, and that time when I started applying, usually like almost for first 15 20 days, I was just receiving emails saying unfortunately, unfortunately, unfortunately. There was nothing apart from that. So I was disturbed a lot. I was also self doubting myself. Like, I have already taken this risk. I have quit my job. I have moved here. How will be the life here if I don't find job? All things were going. But then I was a practitioner as well. So I was practicing all those things. So which has helped me come out of all those negativities. And then when I joined the boot camp, it has really helped me a lot, because after that I have saw a difference in the response which I was getting. I don't know if there was some magic or what kind of thing it was, because I joined AIH in Jan itself. I was going through the recordings, but instead of recording, when I actually joined the live boot camp, it has helped me a lot, like optimizing all the LinkedIn profile and resume optimization. Initially, updating your resumes, optimizing your resumes for each and every job was very difficult, and I used to feel it really boring. But then after a 1 month, 1.5 month, I became used to that, and then it was not that boring and not difficult. You just have to use the chat gpt, you just do a copy paste and all those things. That has made the life easier very. And those are few things. So that is how I was keeping on practicing. Then slowly I started moving step by step to reach my final offer.
Amazing. Would you like to talk about your steps to reach to this offer letter? Let's say you got your first interview round and how that was different when you used to give an interview in India. So if somebody is applying for a job in Germany, so what are the pointers or exact practical guidelines you can share that do this, do this, do this, and avoid these things? What would you like to share with them so that people can secure an offer letter from Germany?
If we are comparing, like, to be very frank, I don't have much experience of interviews in India, because it was like my first job. It was from my campus, and within first or second offer interview panel itself, I was shortlisted. And again, when I switched for my second company, it was within the first tried itself I got selected. So I was not having much experience, and even that was one thing. Like, I was not very used to for the failures. So when I started getting rejection mails, I was getting demotivated a lot, because I was not used to that thing. But the not it's not that difficult what we think. It's a regular process itself. And I have noticed one thing, like your so I'm not sure like how mostly the process goes in India based on my experience. But here what I have noticed one thing is like, they'll not look something generic, but they'll just ask you the questions what they are implementing actually in their project. In most of my interviews, they have just come up with their architecture, and they have asked me like, okay, this is the architecture which we are using, so you tell us what do you understand from this. So instead of like asking mostly on like what is your project experience, how you have achieved this, they are trying to check if what they are implementing, are we able to adapt those things, and can we apply our experience to that. So this is one thing what I have noticed.
Okay. And when you started to applying for jobs, so were you applying randomly once you had the boot camp and then you had the right knowledge? So were you applying randomly earlier? And once you started to follow the right method using the right resume, and then you started to see the result, then that's how eventually you reach the offer letter stage. The intention to ask this question is if somebody is looking for a job and then applying for the jobs, they need to understand that this is not a random game at all.
Right,
No.
right.
So they have to be specific while they are applying for the jobs so that they are able to convert it and get into the German market. Yes?
Right. So I was not applying randomly, but I would say like, but I was applying for the job where they have mentioned the German language as well. So that was one thing. And other thing was like earlier I was using a static resume for all the job. I was not customizing my resume as per the job description. So these were few things, but I was checking for the job description and where I am able to apply. Only I was applying for those jobs. And also one thing what I was doing is like I was trying to, if JD is described like 10 skills, they need 10 skill, I used to compare if I have all those 10 skills, but it's never possible that you'll have everything in your resume. So that was one thing. And if everything is not matching, even two or three skills are not matching with my resume, I used to not apply for that job. But after that, slowly I tried to add those skills as well in my resume. And I have also, it's not just adding up those skills in resume, but you have to have some basic knowledge around those skills. It's not blindly going and adding it, but you should have some basic understanding of that. And I started relating those skill with what I was having in my experience. So that has helped me.
Excellent point, Amrita. You did talk about language because a lot of people they are not applying for jobs in Germany or Finland or Sweden thinking, no, no, I don't know any foreign language. Would I ever get a job? From your experience, and I'm always telling and guiding that yes, even if you know English as a basics of English, you can still apply. Share your insight on this. That yes, there are a lot of jobs available. If people are consistent enough to apply, they can definitely make this game happen for themselves.
Yes, that's true. Because even I thought that initially when I saw like most of the jobs they are asking, the most of the job description they are asking German requirement, but also there are job which we are not able to find, which are looking for English language, or where there is no language proficiency mentioned. So even initially I thought that without knowing German it would be difficult, but if I'm able to achieve, probably you will also able to do it. It's not impossible, but you have to
Put the efforts and
put
do the
it right.
yes.
Yes.
Good. And how do you see LinkedIn into this game for you and for others who are sitting in India right now, or even in Germany and then trying to find a job? So, where do you see the use of LinkedIn to brand yourself, to build your visibility, and that can help in either in job search or to make this journey easier? What do you say?
Yeah, it definitely helps like optimizing a LinkedIn profile. Initially, when I started, I was having less than 100 connections on my LinkedIn, but slowly I have grown, and then I now I have 500 plus. So that definitely helps when we are searching for an LinkedIn profile. Also, I my LinkedIn profile was having nothing on it. No about a section was there. uh Again, the background which we have, it was plain, having nothing. So all those things, after attending the boot camp and all, I have optimized my LinkedIn following all these steps which you have shared. And yes, that has helped people go, it helps people when they go through your LinkedIn profiles.
Okay. And how many applications you made in total before you reached to this offer letter? What was that magic number for you?
For me, it was around 300 applications.
Wow. So if somebody is sitting at 100 and then saying, okay, I made 100 applications and I'm not able to reach there. So you made 300 applications and then you were able to
Yes.
reach to the offer letter. Yes?
Yes, yes, right. Even I was thinking same, like when I applied almost for 15, 60 jobs, and then I was like, first initial 1 month was very difficult for me as well. But after that, slowly once you start getting call, then that series keep on going. So slowly you'll start going, grow step by step. So first, like when I started getting calls, I was not able to clear first round itself. for some reasons. And then slowly I started improving myself, and there was some magic, I don't know what. But after that, for me, like 3 to 4 interview calls which I have received in which HR round was skipped. I
Okay.
got directly call where I was sitting with a panel of 3 people with architect and HR and the team leads. So I don't know, there was some magic, but HR round itself got skipped for me.
That's amazing. So, if you have to share the biggest lesson from your job search phase, what is that biggest lesson that you have learned for yourself?
You have to be very consistent. That really matters. Like, even if you are failing, we should keep on trying. So it's not in the first attempt you'll achieve everything. So consistency really matters, and don't get demotivated. It's not like, even I was self doubting myself, like I don't have enough knowledge and all that. But once I started applying for a job, once I started getting a response, I was bit confident. So never self doubt.
So true.
Just come on the ground and start trying.
So true. And what would you say to our Indian IT engineers who are probably just thinking, or they need to stop doing? So, what would you say to Indian IT engineers what they need to stop doing if they're searching for jobs in Germany?
If even you want to communicate, German is required, but for job search, it's not like if you don't know German you won't find job. There are jobs available without knowing German as well, and which you can definitely get. Even I was among one of them. But that's one thing, I guess.
And that's a very important point, Amruta, because a lot of people, because I make a lot of content on social media or YouTube, different places, a lot of people come back sometimes, they say, oh, there are no jobs or less job in European market or this market or that market. People make perceptions out of nowhere. But once you are in that local market and ground, you understand opportunities are there. If you're not able to get it, it is because we do not know how to jump into that market and how to convert those opportunities. So, what do you want to say about this?
Yeah, you have to struggle for finding jobs. It's not that easy. And specifically for me, like as in our strategy, we target at least 3 countries, right? But for me, as I'm already in Germany, for me it was like I have to focus only on one company, and finding all 5 jobs with within German country itself, it was a bit difficult, but yes, it is achievable. I used to find minimum 4 to 5 job on daily basis. I used to apply that. So I
Okay.
have made that thing.
Great. And as a data engineer, which skill do you think helped you the most? And for which role in Germany there are more positions? If I give an example like Azure, Databricks, or PySpark, or SQL, ELT. So what do you think it is in most in demand, and for which you see most number of job roles are available if somebody as a data engineer is searching for a job?
I guess all the clouds, if we go cloud wise, mostly for Azure and AWS, there are more demands for in as when we come to cloud. And then for skills, they are mostly looking for Databricks, Sparks, and then I have seen many of them are looking for DBT as well. So these are few things. SQL obviously is required, and PySpark.
And from your understanding, German companies, they are mainly focusing on the tools on which you work, or they look into how deeply you know your subject or your projects, and how deeply you have worked on your projects.
Yeah, they just check like how you can handle the situations based on the scenarios.
Okay. And what kind of projects do you think people should highlight more on their resume in data engineering so that they can get the interview calls faster?
Usually they'll just ask on your recent project only, like, and they'll check like I have explained like end to end project, like what I have done. So no one ask about your previous project. They don't even care. But the skills which they are looking for should be present in your latest project.
Okay. So you're saying most of the questions they're asking based on the latest project what you have done.
Yes, yes.
Okay. And how important is cloud knowledge now becoming that it is a must have for data engineers, or is it as should have?
It should be must have only because most of the job, if you see job description, cloud is required in most of the cases, and demand is also high for a cloud. So I think it should must have. And plus additionally now they are looking for AI as well,
Okay.
so that is one thing.
That's an important point. And how do you see AI intersecting with your current role? And how much in your current role, or the role for which you have got the offer letter, what is the dependency on AI for that particular role?
So for current role which I have got offered for there, it was not requirement of AI. But earlier, like I have applied for few jobs where they have like checked on the AI knowledge as well, like how you can implement. Like so far, I haven't used AI in my earlier project. So at least they were expecting that how can you adapt AI in your new roles. So that
Okay.
is what they are looking for.
Okay. Got it. And let me ask a question, because a lot of people get nervous when they apply for their from India, when you're going to the embassy and applying for your visa. So when you applied for your visa, how long it took before you got your resident permit card?
So when I applied for visa, it took for me it took almost 6 to 7 months.
Okay. So it took
Uh,
6.
yes. So for me, because initially they were asking me for a language certificate, at least minimum A1 I should have. But then after getting clarified with the German embassy, it was clear that there is no language requirement for the dependent visa. And then after my process was a bit faster, and I got my visa within some 6 to 7 months.
Okay, that was still a longer time. The reason could be because it was a dependent process.
Yes,
That could be the
right.
reason. Because usually what I am seeing is people are getting it in about 1 to 2 months, the
Okay,
usual
yeah.
timeline. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It might be because of that.
Yes. And what should candidates not say during the time in a German interview? What people should refrain when somebody is applying from India?
We should show the willingness to adapt their culture. They'll ask, definitely they'll ask one question like how you'll adapt with our culture. So that is one thing we should be always prepared. And also one thing I have noticed in my interviews, like they'll ask you, if someone asks you to do this thing or some task they'll ask you to do, it's not always like, I'm not sure about others, but I have that thing like I'll say yes to everything. Okay, I'll do this. But in my final round, they were expecting no. Sometime you have to say no to the people. It's not based on the position as what they are asking you, but based on the scenario. Sometimes you have to say, learn to say no as well. You can't accept each and everything. So that is what I have seen from German people, that if they are seriously feeling that this is not much important, they'll straight away say no, we are not doing this.
That's true. And what surprised you the most about German work-life balance and culture once you reached there?
They are very strict about their timings. Once they have completed their working hours, you can't call them. They are very particular about that. They are punctual about the timings, and they like, in India, if there is something, something is getting aborted, your manager will call you, okay, there is some mess, we have to solve it. But it's not the case over here. Once the timings are done, you have to close. No one is going to reach out there. So the work life balance is better than India.
That's true. Yeah, I can sense that, and definitely I can feel that what you're saying. And what daily life things or challenges you felt in the beginning, now once you moved there? What you found was different, that okay, it is done different way in India and it's different in Germany. What was it?
Usually the supermarkets and all over here in India, you'll find everything on street, but here you have supermarkets, and then in on especially on Sunday, the supermarkets are also closed, so you won't be able to shop anything. So you have to prepare for that. That is one thing. And then one challenge I'm facing, like with the German language only, when we are especially communicating with the when we have to buy or something, like I have to be dependent on someone who knows German, so that is only
Yeah.
one thing.
So that's right. So to move to Germany, you are not dependent on the language. Even with the
Yes,
English job, you can move. But to
yes,
make yourself an integral part of the society, it is good
right.
that you slowly start to learn the language once you have
Ye-
moved there.
yes,
That
that's
definitely makes sense. What is that one thing about Germany that Indian IT professionals should know before coming? Do you need a hint?
yeah.
Respecting timelines can be one of the
Yes,
things.
yes, right.
Five
They
minutes, 5 minutes does not mean 20 minutes.
Right, definitely. So they are very punctual, and if if you have, they give a lot of importance to the meetings. If you say that I have a meeting, then they'll not stop you for that appointment.
That's
So
true.
that is one thing. They have a, we don't usually in India, we don't have a plans like, okay, I have this thing scheduled. It's all random. But over here, for each and everything, you have to take a termin, you have to take the appointments, and then only it is going to happen for everything.
Yeah, totally
Timing
get
is
it.
definitely.
Timing and queue system, taking the token for everything.
Yes,
This is
yes.
how it
You,
works.
for all the appointments, you have to be 10-15 minutes before to that location. It's not just stressing two
It
minutes
was
before that,
it was too much
like we do.
traffic. I was late. It was
Yes.
raining. I have never seen anybody late in last 8 years.
Right. So that is one thing. People here are very punctual,
So
especially
true.
especially for the timings.
So, what did this journey teach you about confidence? Your complete journey, what you have done, going down, feeling low, talking to yourself. What did it tell you about your self-doubt and confidence?
You have to be very consistent when you are applying. Don't self doubt yourself. Like it's not that you'll have all the knowledge, but once you start applying, you'll slowly know where you are lagging, and from there you can start learning, adapting new things. So don't self doubt. Be confident, and just give a try. Keep on trying until your chance comes.
Very good. So that brings to my next question. What advice would you give to someone who is not getting the interview calls and just thinking if there is something wrong with my profile or LinkedIn or something? What suggestion would you give to that person?
When I was looking like November, December, I didn't get any response, because that is a very low time when you're getting job opportunity. So timing is also one thing. So don't doubt based on if you're not getting any response. Keep on learning, keep the consistency, keep on applying. Definitely your chance will also come.
And do you remember what was your lowest moment in the job search?
When I was not getting any response. All unfortunate, on for unfortunate. I also literally cried that time, but after certain time, after applying consistently, there was definitely a result coming. So then slowly I started getting confidence, and which has helped me. I have created my vision board as well. So in front
Beautiful.
of my table itself, on my study table, behind, just behind my laptop, I have stick that vision board. So every day, starting my day, I am looking at my vision board, my job goals, and everything.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And what did you change in your resume that improved your chances?
Customizing resume as per job descriptions. And then initially when I used to apply, like if I'm not having a particular skill, I used to just remove it from my, even after getting it filter customized from chat gpt. If consider like dbt, I have never worked on dbt, but if the job description is asking for dbt, so when the chat gpt used to give that dbt added in my resume, I used to remove that, just because I was not aware of DBT. But so I used to remove the skills which are not relevant to me. So I think that was one thing which I was not able to get more calls. But then after I started adding those skills, and I started learning some basic background concepts of those skills. so I can keep those skills still on my resume. So
Okay.
that has helped me.
Okay, thank you. And how is German work culture different from India work culture?
uh it's a complete like work life balance you'll get here, not like our Indian culture. Anytime anyone is calling you asking you to do this task, that task, it's like if you are on leave, no one is going to disturb you for whatsoever reason. So that's how they follow.
What should someone do when recruiters are not replying?
When it happens, even I tried for connecting for referrals as well. Initially when I tried, like after reaching out to 20-25 people, hardly 2 to 3 people will reply. It's like not everyone is using the LinkedIn all day, every day, we can see. So some are active on LinkedIn, some might not be active on LinkedIn, so keep on trying there. But there are people who used to respond, and even I have received responses from few people, so there are someone who are definitely available to help you.
Okay, I know I asked this question earlier, but I'm asking it again because this is important. Is German language required for IT jobs, or can people start with English?
No. For looking for a job, German is not required. Even I have not learned German. Like basic, I know, but in job description they mention C1, C2, so we don't have to apply for those job. There are job for English workers, so we can just apply for those job. So it's
Okay,
not required.
great. What is that one thing that you wish you knew before coming to Germany?
Maybe like I just think like I initial few days I was not having job, so maybe if I would have joined AIH earlier, I think I would have find the job bit earlier.
Okay, you might have done it earlier. Okay,
Yes.
good point. And that makes sense. Very good. So, a few last or final questions before we wrap it up. And I'm really enjoying this conversation. The reason is because all the answers are so natural and it's flowing directly from your mind and from your heart what you're sharing. And I'm sure once you get the final copy after editing, you would also gonna enjoy this. Okay.
Yeah.
So, next question is when you look back at your journey, what you're most proud of? This is a moment when you need to feel proud. So, what is the part of your journey, or when you look back at your journey, what are you most proud of?
So I have seen people who are still struggling, like they are struggling to find their first job in foreign countries almost for 1 year, 1.5 year, because I have connected with few people in LinkedIn who were searching for my same role, data engineering role. Like I used to connect with some of them. So there are people who are looking almost struggling for one year, 1.5 year, but I am lucky that I found my job within like 5 to 6 months. So I'm proud of that.
Amazing. And I'm also proud of you. Yes? Good. Do you feel this journey has changed you as a person?
Yes, I became a bit confident after cracking few interviews. I was like, okay, I wasn't even like, okay, I can maybe next interview I can crack the final round. So that confidence level slowly, I was moving step by step. That confidence level was increasing.
Okay, very good. Now the next question, what I'm asking, I want you to think from core of your mind and your heart and then give the answer to this question. Okay, so question is this. If one data engineer from India is watching this and thinking, can I also do this? What would you tell them?
Yes, definitely. If I can do that, even I used to think like when I used to see people successfully success stories, I used to think, okay, they might be so talented, they might be much talented. That is the reason they are in foreign and we are still sitting in India. But it's not that. You come in the ground, you start playing, and then you'll know that it's not that difficult what we think said just before starting applying. So once you start getting call, you'll automatically get boosted to that yes, I can also achieve this.
So true. And this is my favorite part of the conversation, Amruta. The last statement, what you have mentioned, if I can do it too, they can do it too. Because once you
Yes.
move abroad, or once I moved abroad, people say, no, no, you are already there. And that's why you are talking about
Right.
these big things. But
Yes.
when we see inside ourselves, we say we are just an ordinary person. It's just
Yes.
that we did few things different. We just had probably a little bit more focus or discipline. But if I can do it, there are thousand other folks who are more talented than me. They could have done the same thing what I have done. It is just that keeping the blinders on and taking the right path.
Right.
Yes.
So, yes, even initially when I used to see people's story, like I used to think, oh, they might be super talented or something. That is the reason they were able to crack those interviews or something. But once you start applying, once we will start learning from that each and every interview where we are going wrong, and we can adapt that thing, and that is possible.
Amazing. So, as a final message, what would you like to say to people who are watching this video that if I can build my career in Germany, then you can also do it? Please do not stop until you reach to the final goal. What do you want to tell them?
So yes, don't stop just because of the language, thinking that a language is a barrier. For finding a job in Germany, language is not at all a barrier. Just to communicate, it might be, but slowly that is also, you can learn that. And keep the consistency, keep on applying. Everyone, no one is able to crack interview in the first attempt. So fail, if you're not failing, the success will not that what you can say, will not be that memorable. But if you are going through that roller coaster journey, the success will sound definitely great.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So, thank you so much, Amrita, for your time and sharing your deep insights. I'm sure thousands of folks who would be watching this video on YouTube and other platforms, what we have, they would get so much inspiration and they would know what exactly needs to be done to secure a job in Germany or in abroad countries. So, I would say thank you so much once again for your time and God bless you. Keep me posted about your journey, and it was pleasure talking to you. Okay.
Yep.
And what is your final message for AIH family members who are still struggling and trying? What do you want to tell them to follow the boot camp or to follow the Globathon roadmap, what they're following? What do you want to tell them?
Yes, you can follow the Globathon roadmap, but definitely bootcamp is going to help you. And also, I missed one point, like the Thursday's live session, which happens, right? I don't know. For me, there was some magic after that. After attending that Thursday's session, our internal connect, I next day I used to get some good news.
Amazing.
So I don't know, there was some magic in that, and that used to always motivate me. And even if I'm traveling, even I'm out, I used to just plug in the earphones and I used to just listen to everyone's stories, which also motivates you. Okay, if some person is able to get a call in Germany, definitely even I can find that. So try to attend that; it is really helpful. Even
Awesome.
if you don't have any questions, just listening to people's success story will definitely help, how they are struggling, how they are uh, facing the challenge, what are the challenges they have faced and how they have overcome on that. That is going to help you. So that try to attend that Thursday session. It has
Amazing.
magic, I would say.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your kind words, Samruta. It was pleasure talking to you. And keep me posted about your next step with this offer, what you have got, and wishing you a
Yes.
lot of success and happiness. And you're most welcome to the cruise party, which is happening in
Yeah.
August. Okay, I'm not sure if you
Okay.
have filled the form or not. You are most welcome with your family, and that you definitely have to come. It will be 3 days, and you can come
Okay.
there and spend time. You can drop me a mail or message, and I can tell you the details of it.
Okay. Okay. Yesterday itself, I have received that email.
Okay,
So
good.
yes.
Awesome. So see you in August
Yeah.
with your family.